No, I don't know. But if you see 575, it doesn't look like
somebody.
you know the
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I think it's
documents on the cloud.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah.
oatmeal.
Yeah. All the raisins, brown sugar, milk, everything on the
Raisins, milk, what is it?
brown sugar as well if you want it. But
Just the raisins and milk.
okay.
And I guess we'll see what happens.
That's fine. Yeah. It's actually not. I didn't know if you guys would you can totally
Thank you.
Is that the Wi-Fi? The 7F? Yeah. Do you have a particular password?
It should be secure.
Yeah. So it's going to be the password. Could be this one down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be for network key. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I came back. Yeah.
Hi guys. How are you?
Oh, thanks. I think it's hard to take a lot longer than yeah, we have to go on next week. Yeah, doing half day graduation Friday. There is holiday out.
You guys ready?
I have no more liver in my house. Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the weekly meeting for the Rotary Club of Harleysville, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the four-way test of all the things we say and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And our reflection this morning will be from Valerie.
Merry Christmas. Book chapter 2, verse 8 tells us that there were shepherds residing in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks by night. This passage is referred to many of our favorite Christmas carols, Angels We Have Heard on High, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, O Holy Night, and others. So these angels appeared between a group of people, shepherds, who were actually working. They were not expecting a visit, much less a miraculous visit from the heavenly host. So our Rotary motto, service above self. When we're out in the community, we're working. We see it as a duty to our community to help others. We're not doing it for a paycheck, and we're not doing it for accolades, but simply to serve others. So for us, it's just Randy, Chip, Marsha, John, everyone that shows up. To someone, we are visiting angels. So back in verse 14, the angels close their message by saying, "Glory in the highest to God, and upon earth peace, among men goodwill." As Rotarians, let us continue to bring goodwill to men, starting with our community. And anytime during the year, we may be the closest thing to a holiday gift or an angelic visit that many brings.
Thank you, Valerie. Okay, speaking of angels and serving the community, we're going to present a check this morning to Kent Krause and to the Harleysville Community Center. So I know Kent has a busy day ahead of him. So Kent, you want to come on up? Sandy's not able to join us today. So if someone can be photographer for this presentation. Okay. Let's get the major award here. The first one. That's budgeted.
like each other.
It's a little crooked.
Which way?
You got a level?
I get one that was straight. Oh my gosh. All right.
After that, just a little Photoshop will take care of it.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for all you guys do for the community. Thank you, Pat. As you know, Kent does a lot for the community. He was one of our people that we highlighted at the 4-way test breakfast last year. And we did a really great, or helped with a really great project at the Harleysville Community Center when we moved some gym equipment from Club Genesis was kind enough to donate some equipment to help the community build a new playground over by where the pool is. And then I think that served some summer camps there, you know, the Boy Scout cabins right there. A lot of kids go to that area to play during the summer, so it's really an excellent place right in the center of the community. So thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, it's the end of the year, so there's not a whole lot going on the district calendar right now. Really, the only event that I have to mention today is Welcome to Rotary is today at noon from 12 to 1. That is a virtual event. So if anyone's interested in learning more about Rotary, if you're new to Rotary, you can sign up for that on the district website. And it's a virtual event, so you can do it pretty much from anywhere. Does anyone have any questions or anything else that we want to highlight or add for the calendar? I know this time of year, there's a lot of things going on. Seems like all the tree lightings have happened already. So any other events? I do want to mention, Chuck and I went to the Cocktails and Candy Canes event last Thursday. You may remember the police officer from Franconia Township. I forget his name. Yeah. So he came to speak at our club about the Franconia, the big event that they have over at the park. But he heads up, or I guess is the kind of spokesperson for the Police Benevolent Association, and talking about the Shop with a Cop, which is what that event was raising funds for. You know, we have so many people that come to our club and talk about some of the needy populations that are right under our noses in our community that we may not recognize as we go about our day-to-day activities. But one of the things that really struck home is he said that that evening, that day, they had a homeless person in Franconia Township, and they had him at the police station because they were trying to find a place, a warm place for him to sleep. And that's a big challenge because there are some hotels in the area that are reluctant to take individuals like that because maybe of past experiences that they've had. But I think they served maybe about, at the actual Shop with a Cop event, I think there was about at least 15 families they were serving. They were giving them, I believe, $1,000 to shop at Walmart, and then additional funds to go to Landis Market. And they're, Harleysville Pizza in the shopping center there was giving away, free pizza for everyone who was at the event and for the volunteers. So it's a pretty big event. And I also found out that the Saturday Telford Club has a new president. I guess Jason decided to step down, so they have a new president over there. And that was it. Anything else you want to add, Chuck?
No, it was a lot of fun. I asked if they were going to have it again next year, and they said we're thinking about it. So
okay.
Hopefully they do.
And Chuck was in his full regalia, by the way, so you missed that. So hopefully there'll be some pictures posted. Yeah. So yes.
Who's the new president?
I was talking to him, and I can't remember his name. I know he has an engineering firm. It's above the coffee shop at the top of the hill. Broad Street Grind. He's in that building.
Yeah, I have a picture of it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, we can show you a picture, Dean. But you know, obviously they were happy to see us there, the club. And it was a really nice event. There was a nice dinner. Got to meet some nice people at the table that we sat at. So they had a mentalist there doing magic tricks going around from table to table. And he was pretty amazing. He was absolutely amazing. It might be some, you know, similar to the magician that we had at the Halloween Fest. You know, that was super entertaining. You know, when he was going table to table, the picnic tables, and going around to the different families and young people. You know, that's something that kind of in the background we need to keep in mind. Yes.
Next Wednesday, the 21st, I'm going to the Upper Perk Rotary Christmas party.
Okay.
I had that advertised something on Facebook, you know, so.
Do you know if that's on the district calendar? Sometimes the clubs will put stuff on there. Yeah. All right. Anyone else?
It's at 6 o'clock, I think.
21st at 6. Anyone else? Okay. So we're going to continue with today's program. So next up is Rotary Trivia.
Their sustenance.
Sorry.
All right, you're right.
Hold on.
We have a full production crew today.
All right. Wow. On 3 hours of sleep. So, forgive me. Man.
3 hours.
Yeah, no sound.
Okay.
No sound.
No sound.
No sound? What, oh, what's that? Any comment?
Yeah. All right, well, Larry, if you would please.
Live from the Franconia Cafe, it's Rotary Trivia. Join us as one of the lucky contestants will play to win the fabulous grand prize by showing us what they know about Rotary. I'm your announcer, Larry Moss, here with their host, Phil Jenkins.
All right, as you said, let's get started by telling the audience about today's grand prize.
Well, that's the audience will get their attention to our spokesperson, Carol Bauer. Playing for a limited edition of Giardelli's package of holiday squares. Celebrate the holidays with rich chocolate and delicious seasonal favorites. It's a sumptuous assortment of milk chocolate, caramel, peppermint bark, and milk chocolate gingerbread cookie squares. The retail value of today's grand prize is a square deal.
I know. Well, you know what? Yes, they are chocolate squares, but if they were like sheep covered with chocolate, it'd be chocolate pies. All right. How about introducing today's contestant?
Today's contestant was selected around from our studio audience just moments ago. A correct answer by this Rotarian will be in the sweet taste of victory. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to Lan Rose.
Welcome. Morning, Lenny. Morning.
Oh, I didn't like it. I'd like it probably more so.
Oh, make sure they get home.
No, they're not
Len, you gotta.
They're not gonna make it home.
Len, you gotta
That's a
stay on the
single
side.
That's fine.
Is this
Right.
all right? Is this where you stand for Shark Tank?
Yeah.
You got it.
All right, then here we go. What is Rotary's secondary motto? Service for all. One profits most who serves best. Service above self. We're doing the best we can.
That's fine.
Yeah. So what do you think now? As always, as you know, we have lifelines. You ask the audience and
Yes.
ask your friend. What do you think? What is that secondary motto?
A or B, I think.
Yeah, I think you're zeroing right
A
there.
or B. Yeah, let me think. Service for all. One profit. Service. I'm gonna ask the audience.
Ask the audience. Okay, audience. How many think it's service for all?
It's too easy.
Yeah, that would have been too easy.
Yeah.
How about one profits most who serves best? Oh, a good show of hands there. Service above self?
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can.
I like that.
Yeah, well, you know what? It looks like it's a unanimous.
I was
B.
thinking B because A was a little bit too easy too.
Yeah.
Service
Right.
for B, kind of repeating it, you know? So I'll go with B.
B, final answer
Yes,
with squares?
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All righty, let's eliminate the incorrect answers. We knew it wasn't that. Yeah, oh man, we're almost there. Yeah, of course, just what you thought. And you're right, one profits motion serves best. And as always, there's more. And here's the gentleman, Arthur Sheldon. And this goes back to the convention, the second Rotary convention that was in Portland, Oregon in 1911. And service above self and one profits most who serves best are Rotary's official mottos. And so it came really from Sheldon's speech that he gave during that convention, and also even just the first one. Ben Collins, who was the president of the Minneapolis Club, he kind of was speaking with this guy here, Pinkham, about the proper way to organize the club, and it was his suggestion. You know, it's like service, not self, and both really have sort of evolved a little bit. The service, not self, has become service above self, and even one who serves, one profits most who serves best, started as he, you know, with the he, but they changed the pronouns around. Anyway, Glenn, you are a winner. And take that chocolate home, share some, make sure it gets
I'll let her have some.
one square. Yeah, the ones you don't like. The ones you don't like. The assortment you don't like.
Lan, congratulations. If that bag accidentally opens, I hope there should be enough to go around the room, you think, right? Okay, so we do have a speaker today. One of our newer members, Jim Kerr, is going to do his classification talk. Jim joined our club recently. He's been a member of the community for many years, and we're looking forward to learning more about Jim. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you. Everybody. So my sponsor has already left the organization. I don't know what that. Yeah, see him at the gym in the morning. So anyway, that's how I keep here. So I met him at the gym over at Genesis a couple months ago. So you guys can hear me okay, right? All right. So I hope my joke's a little bit better than some of the ones you heard. Not from you guys, but anyway. Yeah, so looking forward to talking a little bit about myself. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm really enjoying myself here in the 2 months that I've been here. I'm looking forward to get more involved next year. So one of the things that I learned in my corporate career is don't kill people with lots of text on PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you no words on my PowerPoint. All going to be pictures. Because pictures tell 1,000 words, okay? So a little bit about my life. My parents, don't we all start with our parents? So I kind of feel like at least half of our success in our life comes from our parents. And these are my parents. This is actually the home I grew up in over at Tributary Road, over in Colmar, off 309. This is my mother and my father. My father passed away about 3 years ago. My mother is now at a Arcadia Point, a Catholic a senior home over in Limerick. So the house, this is a farmhouse. I'm 250 years old with 6 acres. We grew up there and it's there for 56 years, but it's now empty. So now we're clearing it out and it's quite painful. But they used to love sitting out on the front porch, and I caught this picture of them once, and I actually wrote, I'm a writer, so I wrote a blog post about it. But wonderful people, and I'm one of 6. And we still go back to the farm, and we're working on clearing it out now. So I give so much, pretty much all of my credit, everything that I've done in my life, where I'm at, to my parents. This is another picture of them at a funeral a few years ago. Again, my father has passed. My mother is at the senior home now, but just wonderful people. And that little farmette, we call it a farmette, 6-acre farmette over on Tributary Road. Just lots of great memories for all of us. I have 3 boys. So this is when they were little. This is pretty much, so this is when they were young and not a great picture, but this is my little gangster, Liam. Looks like he's from Mafia. He's now in the political sphere, so actually it's kind of a natural transition. I think. Yeah, he's actually, no, he's studying right now at University of Pennsylvania Law School. And he was the assistant for Senator Pat Toomey for 2 years. He went to Gettysburg College. And so he's into politics and he wants to become a lawyer and maybe become a congressman. As my oldest son, who much like this, that's pretty much him. He's pretty much up in the air and he's all over the place. Great kid. He's in the area. Liam's in Philadelphia. Brendan is in Percy. And this is Evan. You can see the pants up high. This is my nerdy Evan. Became an aerospace engineer over at Penn State, and great kid. He's now out in Colorado and in Denver. He worked for a few years for Lockheed Martin, and now he's working for Amazon. He's a cloud engineer. He talks about things I have no idea what he's talking about. Next one. This is them growing up. This is about 3 or 4 years ago, so they look a little different now, but this is my oldest one, Brendan. Evan, now out in Colorado, and this is Liam, the tallest. The only one exceeded me in height. He's 6'3", and I'm 6'2". So I've been very blessed with them. I mean, there are a lot, challenges. I was a single dad for many years through a divorce, unfortunately, but I was very blessed to stay very close with my boys, and we have a very good relationship. So my significant other is Rachel. This is Rachel. I met her 6-7 years ago. She's Harleysville. We're Harleysville. Wonderful person. Got a great heart. And we do a lot of travel together. She works because of her later. She's a single mother. She has two kids, a little younger. And she is just a trooper. And she's actually interested in this group and becoming more involved. She just got a lot on her plate right now because she pretty much raises those kids a lot. So the next slide, I have my dogs. Yes, in parentheses, because I inherited one dog with Rachel. This is them. This is Rachel's dog, Happy. She's a Cavachon, Cavalier Bichon. This is my crazy Cassie. She's a German short-haired pointer. So she's my dog. She's about 6, and Happy's around, I don't know, 11 or something. This is them at Christmas. So we're really important. This is me out in Colorado with Cassie. So last year I left my corporate job after 30 years in the corporate world. And I took a whole month. I drove my trailer out to Colorado, spent it with Evan and Liam, or Evan and his fiance, Emily. It was a wonderful month. I was out there for a whole month, towed it across the country, and just me and Cassie. And she was a great dog. She's a great traveling companion, and we had a wonderful time. So she's my little travel buddy. Okay, my career. I started off as a journalist. This is a terrible picture. You can see the cabinets were not actually bent. Yeah. All right, this is me right out of college. I was working at the Percy News Herald. So I was the sports editor, the feature editor. I did that for 3 years. On my old Adler typewriter, I had to bring your own typewriter. So did that for 3 years. And then I moved into the corporate world. And this is me. I led communications, public relations, investor relations for a couple high-tech firms. One was Unisys in Blue Valve, and the other one was FIS down in Jacksonville. Unisys, I was there for 27 years, and it's the subject of a book that I wrote. And then FIS, I was there for 6 years. And then I decided to leave the corporate world because I had enough of it, and it was last year. But this was at Unisys, so this is my corporate, tie and the whole thing. So now I have a second act. So I decided last year that I wanted to pursue my passion. My passion is writing. My passion is storytelling. I've always loved it ever since I was a kid. I just didn't have enough time to do it. So I wrote a book, and this was my This is my first book. There's going to be many others, hopefully. It's called The Long Walk Home. It's about experience I had when I found out I'd been losing my job of 27 years at Unisys. I don't talk about the company. I don't use the name of the company in the book. But you know, it's one of those things where it's an eye opener, right? You know, you think you're going to be there the rest of your life. You're going to retire. You think you have security. Guess what? You know, you don't have any. You know, that's what this book is about. It's about a really long walk I took that day when I found out I'd been losing my job. Started walking all the way home, 22 miles. I wanted to see the route I've been driving through 100 miles an hour every day, as quickly as I could every day, and I wanted to see it up close. And it's really a meditative journey about my life and all the adversities I've been through. I've been off the crap. This is soon after I lost a job, soon after I had cancer, colon cancer. 10 years ago this month, I went in and had my first colonoscopy. No symptoms, nothing. They found a polyp that had started growing, and it had gone into stage 3A. I hadn't waited any longer. I wouldn't be here today. Got lucky. And they had a colon resection, and here I am today. So that was one of the many adversities. There's all kinds of stuff. That's what this book's about. It's about, you know, what really the revelation I had is on Earth, there is no security. We think there's security. We think there's job security, health security, marital security. No, there really isn't. You know, life is uncertain. So we walk on faith. We walk on faith. That's what it's about. So this is, I've launched a business called Wood Blue Communications. So I do this on the side. It's a storytelling, messaging, public relations kind of firms. Anybody you know needs help with communications, writing, kind of stuff. I'm very selective because I don't want to be doing them, you know, all the time. I'm focusing on my writing as well. But I do this on the side, and I'm enjoying it. I do a lot of writing. In fact, there's an article that just came out today. Another one I do on this site called Humble Dollar. I don't know if you've ever heard of Jonathan Clements. He, the former personal finance writer for the Wall Street Journal. He runs this great site for anything financial related, retirement, investment. He's brilliant. Anyway, I've written quite a few articles, and this is the one I wrote a little while ago. Like I said, I have another one out today. I have to go out and promote it. This is the kind of thing I do. I just love this. I have a blog called Peaceable Man, and it's about my journey to peace and to, you may call enlightenment, whatever, but it's a man's perspective. You hear a lot of women's perspective about this whole, you know, battle to get, you know, internal peace. And you don't hear a lot of men's perspective. This is a man's perspective. I read a lot of stuff in here about my family, my kids, just humor, all kinds of stuff. My favorite places, real quickly, there's a lot of them, but I have a cabin up north, and I built it a few years ago. This is on 50 acres. This is looking out to the south knob of Elk Mountain. You know Elk Mountain? North knob's on the other side. That's where the skiing is. This is just south of it. And so I go up there and I do a lot of my writing. It's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. There's nothing happening. There's no one around, you know. Other than now and then the four-wheelers that go down the road. There's a lot of four-wheelers up there. So that's one of my favorite places. Colorado is another. This is my son Evan, us when we're out there. It's just unbelievable, the beauty of Colorado. This was in the fall, and, you know, it's just the colors were amazing. This is, we like going to down to Mexico. This is Cancun. Rachel, wherever she goes, she's talking to people. You know, she's just so friendly. So this is a shopkeeper at one of the shops, and we went in, and next thing you know, they're best buddies, and we're drinking tequila at a little, you know, thing. And she kept saying, "Look, you know, look at this little glass. Look at the bottom. You pour tequila in there, and then suddenly you say, oh, okay. So naked woman. So, okay, thank you. That's Mexico. All right, so that's one, and that's me down there too. Yep, and what else do I got here? And this is Cassie. Cassie's also getting the writing, as you can see, and this is my trailer, and she likes to do a little writing as well, and she's very meditative dog sometimes. The rest of the time, she's like completely crazy. No, this is our travel trail. This do a lot of travel. So that's my life in pictures. I don't know. Is that illuminating?
Yeah.
No words. Any questions or? Yeah.
I used to work for Ulysses also.
Did you really?
Yeah, Blue Belt. Yeah, it was a treasury.
So did I.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
You know, now that you mentioned, I feel familiar.
Well, a building before it was.
A building, yeah. Yeah.
I left.
Yeah, I was the same way. I just got sick of doing it.
Well, it's a, you know, yeah, it's a perpetually downsizing company, still downsizing. Unfortunate, but everywhere I go, I meet people who are going to use this. So many people. So you were there as well?
Yeah, yeah, I think I stopped working there in '87.
That's my point.
Okay,
87, yeah.
yeah.
No, it was good, you know, learned things there. But, yeah.
Do you recall the time when you kind of came to that, I don't want to say inner peace, but that notion that you can't control everything in life is, you know, as you talk.
Yeah, I described it in the book, and it was, you know, it's
Oh, I
definitely a
have to buy the book.
process. What's that?
I have to buy the book. Can't tell me.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
No, I'm-
It was published by a firm in New Jersey called By Tour Books, so it's not a self-published, it's independent.
Yeah.
But you know, it was definitely a process, but the realization really for me was it was more than just the job. It was all this other stuff I did, the cancer, the wars. Yeah, I came from a very close family, Catholic family, and there had been no divorce. It's like this is the last time I have a family that replicated my own. I couldn't do it.
A process as opposed to just
Yeah,
kind of getting up and saying, you know what, I'm putting all this behind me.
Yeah.
Not today, but, you know, a weekend kind of thing, but I'm putting it behind me.
Yeah, it was definitely a process, and that walk was, you know, a big part of it. But it was also, you know, life is limited. If I'm going to pursue what I really love to do, I better do it now. When am I going to do it? So, anybody else?
You could joke that's at the top what they're doing.
I said I wasn't going to try jokes.
Oh.
The best I did was when I started. That's what I did.
It's not a high bar.
What area would you like to be involved in?
You know, I'm still kind of like figuring it out. It's been last month, couple months, have been so busy. I'm sorry, I haven't been involved before. So, whatever you guys need help on, you know, this stage of my life is really about giving back. That's why I did the book. I want to inspire people. Talk about making money out of it. No money. In fact, anything that any of the proceeds are going to a charitable organization that my old friend passed. So not about making money, it's about giving back. So, I really don't know. I'm just on this journey. I'm standing up here because I don't know where I'm going to be. But I obviously want to make use of my own skills. You know, I can't do this kind of stuff. And I'm, you know, probably not the best fundraiser, but I can do communication, I can do writing, I can do physically do things.
Do you see yourself as a president someday?
Boy, it's really getting cold. I better get some down Yeah, really. Whatever you want, you know, wherever I can help you guys out. So I looked at the president.
You're breathing, that's it.
There you go. Low bar again. This is a low bar. Maybe that's the third leg of the low bar, you know. Service above self.
Yeah.
No.
Well, has promised to be president when he's 99.
99.
Okay, all right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Great job.
Thank you, Jim. You know, we might take you up on some of those skills. You know, one of the things that we talk about a lot are our social media presence.
There you go.
And within the community to help draw new people into our club, to help let people know what we're doing within the community, to kind of give them an idea of what Rotary is all about. So that might be very helpful. Yeah, so maybe we'll talk to you about that.
Part of my responsibility.
Yeah. And speaking of service projects, I believe that next year is going to be a big year for the Garden of Health. So I just had a thought in my mind while Jim was talking, and we were going over the calendar, and I really only had one event to talk about. But Carol, do you have any kind of a timeline or thoughts about, you know, what's going to happen next year at your new property?
So, yeah.
So they can hear you online.
There's so much, there are people online.
See?
Like, so currently we are not on the property because we are waiting for Clemens Food Group to get water and sewer through. So we're told that that should be done by the end of January, then our fence will go up. And then we're hoping to start breaking ground the end of March, beginning of April on that property. Next year, probably the bulk of it will be field crops. Unless Clemens or somebody else comes up with a lot of money for us to purchase some other things, some of our raised beds. So the raised beds we're going to be going with on that property are metal raised beds. They do not absorb the heat of the sun. They will not burn out the plants. They're 32-inch heights, so it's better on working in them, not so bad on your back. And they have a 20 to 30-year life, where a wood raised bed has somewhere between 5 and 7 years. So in the long run, we'll be saving about $350 or $400 a bed over the amount of time we have to replace the wood. So that's kind of the timeline. I mean, we've got 8 acres over there, almost 8 acres. So, you know, the goal is to produce a lot more fruit there. So we're going to need a lot more volunteers to help with harvesting, planting, and just trying to keep the weeds and stuff under control. So we will definitely need a lot of help next year.
Thank you, Carol. So as we rest in the early months of next year, you know, let's limber ourselves up and get ourselves in shape for some work in the spring, which would be great opportunities for us. I think it'd be a great opportunity for maybe for us to partner with some of the other local clubs, so we can have some scheduled service events over there. So thank you, Carol. Anything else that anyone wants to make sure that we mention for today, or we can go into brags and sags next? Anybody have any brags or sags this week? Anybody online? Oh, okay.
Brag on myself. Last Saturday, I drove my son into New York City to see the Phantom of the Opera. Couldn't get on the Jersey Turnpike, it took 3 turns. But I made it. It only cost me 20 extra minutes. We gave ourselves plenty of time. My son had a great first experience. The only bad thing, well, I guess that's subjective. The whole air smelled like weed. It was bad. It was bad. Outside. Every time I went outside, it was just like walking right into it.
2 words.
You see that in Colorado.
That's what I
My wife was up on Saturday.
They're
too.
so loud.
They had 9 buses go up.
I did. I had reserved parking on the same street as the theater. It worked
It's
out.
called you park in Jersey City and take the train over. That's what we do. We park in Jersey City, we take the train over, we walk around and then go up.
Yeah. Yes, Chuck?
I had to change, but Sunday was my 70th birthday. So on Saturday, my wife surprised me with tickets to Perkiomen bus trip down to Philadelphia to see the Philly Pops for their Christmas program. Evidently, the Philly Pops are disbanding or something, you know. So we were lucky to get tickets to it, but we went down. They dropped us off at Liberty Plaza at noon. We had 2 hours for lunch and just walk around. which is not far from City Hall, and they have all the shops in there. and Dilworth
The
Park,
Christmas market, yeah.
Christmas market there, so we walked up there, did some shopping, and then we came back, got on the bus, went 5 minutes down the road to the Man Center, got off the bus, and it was just an incredible show. That had 150 member adult choir. The Philadelphia Boys Choir was there, so they were hitting all these really high notes and. And they had the full orchestra, and then the second half they had like an African gospel group that came out. They had all their traditional costumes on, and they were singing and dancing, and it was just a great program. Got a chance to talk to Santa there, tell him what I wanted. He didn't have a chair, he was just standing there. He actually gave me his card and said, "Hey, I can get you some work."
You have to put something on your head.
That had to be the longest brag I've ever heard. Anyway, yeah, mine is just a simple one. I finally got around to getting my COVID booster shot yesterday, and I also got a flu shot. And my arm was only slightly sore.
Okay. That's what I was going to say, Valerie. You made it out of New York without the flu or COVID. So congratulations. Anybody else? Anybody online? No? Okay. No? Okay. Any final comments? All right, we are going to, yes. Oh, raffle. Let's do the raffle. I'm sorry. Raffle time. Get your tickets ready. Oh, great.
It is. Last four, 9680.
9.
Put the green one back in there.
Okay, we are going to meet again next week. We're anticipating having a new member induction. So, and then we have talked about meeting in between Christmas and New Year's. So I know a lot of people may have other, be away or other plans or anything like that, but we will have a meeting that week. And that will conclude our meeting for this week. Our board meeting is going to follow. And then everybody have a great week, and I'll see you next week.
I don't like
You guys did the joke lessons?
Vince, I won't be on next week. I won't be here next week. Talking to Vince.
Okay. Thanks, Dan. I'll show up there.
Okay. All right.
Hey, if I don't talk to you, have a great Christmas.
Thanks a lot. Same to you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You staying for the board meeting?
I have to. You know what? Yeah, I will stay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I'll try to put the mic close to the table.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Absolutely, yeah. And you look up oh, okay. Yeah, it's funny. I went a great job. Great. Thanks. Yeah. Great job. I was worried that you wouldn't be here.
From the, or $2 to cocktails and candy canes. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Good luck with that truck going back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we left there 10 o'clock last night.
Oh.
I got home about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Wow. Thanks for doing, if it ever is like, just let me know. Yeah, like, hey, I won't be able to coordinate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because with this one, I knew Jim was doing his presentation.
Right.
So it's like,
Well, you know what,
okay.
it's missed,
Yeah.
without, it's a nice piece, an integral piece to have that.
Right.
The tech piece. if you
Yeah.
will. It is nice.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks. Well, happy holidays to you.
Yeah. Will you be here next week?
No, we're heading back to West Point.
Oh, so you won't be here next week either?
No, next
Oh,
week.
I may have to change things up a little bit.
Right.
Right, well, because, it's, we did a true false thing.
Okay.
It's what we did, where it was just kind of like ask, it was 10 questions. And they were kind of go through like, whatever. Rotary was founded in 1905, true or false. Then we go back through. Yeah, no, it's okay. Oh, that's also interesting.
Yeah, you do your Christmas pictures, right?
Well, maybe that will be the following. Will you be there that following week too? Through the year end, you're putting your pretty much. Okay. All right. Well, I will keep all that in mind. Yes. All righty. Well, let's get on with the real important matters.
Who's online?
Yeah.
No.
So,
Bring the meeting. Look at us ahead of schedule.
that's what I got. At my age, I got, they did I think it was something, and then.
Who are you?
Does anybody have any questions about, from the
Welcome back.
All right, thanks. Good to see you. Watch yourself here.
I suppose you started.
Yeah, no, sorry.
You finished the job?
Yeah. That's what the contract is over. Retired.
That's the government, they expect delays.
It's a good idea, because if you rotate people there.
Yeah, like somebody could make it last minute and like, Marcia comes in and she has to set up. Everything's just right there, so she doesn't have to make it.
That's a good idea, because right now everything's kind of just shoved into that bag.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, if you're willing to do that, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, appreciate that, Jim, thank you.
We're done.
Okay.
Good.
And I have stuff I could donate.
Okay.
Big agenda there. What can I do with this stuff?
Yes.
And I could buy stuff.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye. So guys, Jim, sorry, Vince is online as well. So, all right,
Vince, did you hear what we're talking about?
I did, thank you.
okay,
Yeah, okay.
all right, good tell.
Okay, so now we'll get back to our regular agenda. Thank you, Jim. Any questions on the secretary's report? Move to approve.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second? Oh,
Okay. All right, thank you.
thank you.
The treasurers, yes.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
That's right. Thanks for keeping me in line. The treasurer's report? Looks like we have a lot of money. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there might be, from what I knew, we have some money in the Janky Scholarship Fund. It looked like $37,000. So we got to figure out what to do with all this.
Yeah,
Funds. Yeah, just figure it. Yeah. So we'll, as we start to approach spring,